Outstanding lesson plan. Writing a lesson plan. There are different approaches when writing a lesson plan. Some teachers or instructors write their own lesson plans from scratch. Some write them from templates that they have found on the internet or from other instructors. Some write an outline of their lesson plan while others put every detail in their lesson plan. Lesson plan writing can be approached in different ways, such as how well you know the material, how long you've been teaching, what kind of lesson you will be teaching, and the type of students you expect to have. Always be prepared for any type of environment. Guidelines for writing lesson plans. Consider your destination, sequence of your objectives. Know your time frame. Create activities to meet your objective. Check for understanding. Sample lesson format. Here's my outline for my lesson plan. Purpose. Training to ensure that lesson plans are properly written, broken down correctly, step by step. That reads commitment, clarity of purpose, passion, planning, and execution. Lesson plan outline. Objective. Something to remember. Students learn more effectively when they know what they are supposed to learn. Teachers teach more effectively as well. A. What knowledge / process / skills do you expect the learner to be able to demonstrate? B. What will the learner be able to do by the time they finish their lesson? Materials needed to accomplish objective. List your procedures for the lesson in the order that you will want them to occur, i.e., what will you do first, second, third, etc. As you list each procedure step, you should use the following checklist to check for completeness in their lesson. Lesson plan outline. Continue. What teaching procedure or instructional technique are you using? Are you modeling for your students? Are you giving them information? Are you checking for their level of understanding? Are you giving them independent practice? Closure. Closure is intended to remind the learner of the original purpose or objective of the lesson and usually includes an overview of what was taught. Lesson plan outline. Continue. Evaluation of the learner. How will you determine that the learner has acquired the knowledge, process, or skills you intend for them to acquire? Will grades be assigned or recorded? How does the strategy you demonstrate affect the students that have reading and or learning difficulties? Self-evaluation of the lesson. Identify the strengths of the lesson. Given another opportunity to teach the same lesson, what changes would you make in designing the lesson plan, delivering instructions, use of materials, and or management? Reflection guidelines. What are the strengths and weaknesses of your lesson? Did the objective concur with the lesson taught? Did the class make connections between the objectives and the lesson taught? What was the content and time frame appropriate? Was the content and time frame appropriate? Did the message used in the lesson provide adequate information about the learning? Were the classroom management techniques appropriate? What would you have changed about the lesson? Did the activities fit the content taught? Here's a couple samples of the lesson plan on what they should look like. Instructional objective. Clear and understandable to the student. It should be in a language the student will understand. it should be specific. Student-oriented tells what the student should be able to do, not what the teacher does or is able to do. A learning outcome tells what the student will be able to do as a result of participating in the class, not what activities will do during the class. Do not confuse objective with activities. Educational objectives. Short term, specific descriptions of what teachers are expected to teach and or what students are expected to learn. They also allow teachers to chart progress made by the group or by individuals. They also describe the sequence of learning events must take place in order for an outcome statement to be realized. Conclusion. When creating a lesson plan, we must keep in mind what point we are trying to get across to whomever we are trying to teach or train. Make sure that it's age appropriate and that they will learn everything that is intended to be learned. Make it interesting so that they will stay engaged in the lesson.